Today's video is something special. We're gonna be going down the Nile River on that. Are you kidding me, dude? Guys, it's the start of a magical adventure. Yes. We have just set sail. We're gonna be here for 4 nights. Hello, sir.
Hi, welcome home.
Thank you, thank you.
Hibiscus.
We have one friend here. Usually he's our cheerleader, our ball of energy, but today he's dealing with a little food poisoning. My guy. My guy. Whoa. Whew. It's hard to build a boat, but it's even harder to build friendship. This is gonna be one of those trips I'll never forget. We got the right crew, we've got the right energy, and we've just got the most insane boat. Food poisoning ain't gonna stop him. A last minute addition to the team, Mohanam. Yes. He last minute decided to join us, so he booked a flight to Luxor, but then he got on the flight and realized it was to the wrong city. So he had to take like a 4-hour train, a taxi, but that's his dedication to joining us. Going down the Nile in a cruise is actually quite a common and popular thing to do here in the southern part of Egypt, but generally speaking, it's done on a giant big rig like that. These cruise ships usually have about 80 rooms, they have buffets, but the way we're gonna be seeing it is here on this Dahabiya. It is massive. We have a huge sprawling upper deck. There are 6 or 7 bedrooms below. This is definitely the best way to do it. Because tourism is so low right now, we basically got a private boat for the cost of $1,000 per person, and that's 5 days, 4 nights, all food included, all temple stops, all tour guides, everything. I mean, hey, it's still $1,000 bucks, it's not cheap, but this is a dream vacation, a once in a lifetime experience. So this right here is meal number 1, and at the other side of the table, our friends here on the boat, Tiz and Stephanie. This is going to be our group going from Luxor to Aswan, and we're kicking it off here with this amazing meal. Look who's back, guys. Hamdi. Hamdi's gonna, whether he wants to or not, be part of our daily workout routine. Are you ready for that?
Sure, yeah. Well, I work out for football, you know.
Oh, you're a football player?
Yeah.
I almost said soccer, I'm sorry. I gotta go. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my bedroom on the Nile River. Let me give you a little room tour. So I woke up this morning to the sound of the call to prayer as we were cruising our way down the Nile, and this is where I slept last night. It's literally a full-size bedroom. It has everything you could need. In the hot months you have an aircon, although this is just perfect weather. The breeze rolling in from the Nile is actually really cool in the night, so I put on a couple layers when it gets late. We have just arrived at our stop number 1 on the road trip, boat trip, Nile trip. Today we're going to a very famous temple by the name of Edfu. So I'm gonna get started, meet up with everyone else, and hopefully Saul's feeling a little bit better today. My brother. Bring it in for one last friendship pyramid. Guys, leave a like. If Saul gets 5,000 likes, he'll survive. See you later. See you later. Hope you feel better, man. All right. Good morning. I really feel like we've been transported back in time right now, being pulled around in a carriage with a horse. This is such a unique experience. And right now we are on our way to Edfu Temple.
It is one of the religious capitals of all of Egypt, next to Luxor.
And we've been told it's one of the best preserved temples in the whole country. This is insane. The temple right behind me here is one of the tallest in the country, and the crazy thing is, it wasn't until the 18th or 19th century that they found it. It was completely buried in sand. This is not just a statue, a giant commemoration to the gods. This is a giant encyclopedia of Egyptian history. Hamdi was saying it would take him months to explain all of the stories that are inscribed on these walls. And before this, I would have all assumed that many of them were just decorative. Check this out. These are actually inscriptions that tell people how to make specific potions and perfumes. Now you actually read from top to bottom. It tells you what ingredient to add to what. It tells you how many days to leave it to preserve. It is all written down inside of this temple. It's mind-blowing. All aboard. is on a boat, you want to make sure you have fresh ingredients at all times. So we are making a quick stop here to the Edfu Market to get some of the best. Everything from veggies to fruits and a whole lot of noises. You definitely get a lot of attention when you're here, especially Ruby. She gets a little bit of attention. An amazing day trip, but I'm so glad to be back. My favorite part is just watching sunset from here. And it's dinner time. What's this?
Kosher.
This is a crazy assortment that I never would consider to be Egyptian. Lentils, chickpeas, bit of fried onion, and rice. All put together in a dish, and Mohanam's gonna top it off with spaghetti sauce. This is the strangest combination I've ever seen. It's so good. My brother from another mother.
My brother.
How are you feeling, brother?
Better now.
So he's on his way on the recovery train. I don't know if you're superstitious. Personally, I'm only a little stitious. But both Saul and Ruby have said they've been having vivid dreams aboard the boat. Ruby said last time she came to Egypt, she was having the same thing. And obviously Egypt is kind of like one of these spiritual places full of, you know, pharaohs and curses and magic and all this stuff. But I wonder if that has anything to do with it. So, we've been exploring lots of these different temples, but one of the most impressive things isn't just how they were made, it's actually where they got the resources from to build them. We started making our way toward the quarry, and look behind me here, guys. It looks like an ancient fortress wall. You can see how cleanly cut they are. This is where some of the slabs would have been taken from, but that's just the start. It's very similar looking to Petra. You've got these little tombstones that are actually just dug out here in the side of the sandstone. This was actually a very prestigious job to be able to work here and be high up in the ranks of cutting sandstone, because ultimately you were giving yourself to a very divine purpose, which was to help further build the temples.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's dangerous work out here. As you stand here, you get full perspective. You see that today's modern mega projects like the Burj Khalifa, you know, they pale in comparison to the fact that the pyramids were built back in the day when there was no tech. The only thing that really compares in my eyes from today's modern standpoint would be the Lost Creator Academy. That's the only thing that gives the pyramids a true run for their money in human innovation. It looks like we're gonna eat some of the local catch today. Did you catch from here? Oh wow. What an exceptional meal here. So good. All right, this is our final archaeological stop on this Nile trip. We're now in Kombu. I feel for these kids. I feel for these people, because right now it must be so tough. We are literally the only tourist that I've seen. Here's my situation. After seeing so many temples in Cairo, in Luxor, and all the way through, I'm now getting to a point where they're all starting to look a little bit of the same. If you're a true historian, you'll probably be able to stay here and find deep interest in every single piece of it. But I would say, as your typical traveler would, I have personally reached my limits, and I think I'm ready to go back to the boat. Yo guys, check it out. I found the original Playboy magazine. Awesome. Don't tell your mom. Too late, I told her. No. The sun has set, and now we're having a blue hour workout, enjoying that last little bit of heat in the day. For Saul. For Saul. Bring it in. Saul. Okay. Saul! So we're going to follow you? Sure, just jumping jacks. I'm the instructor. I want to be the instructor. I'm actually qualified. Oh wow, you're so cool. Good morning, guys. Started it off nice and early with a sunrise, a nice breakfast, and today's our final full day here on the boat. We are just going to start our day by going to a camel market. I have to say, guys, it's been 4 days. It really has felt like 2 or 3. It's gone by so fast, and I'm not ready to be done here. I'm having too much fun. This is such an amazing way to see Egypt. Just outside of the window this morning, we got a crew. Oh my gosh, they keep coming back. They have reinforcements. All right, first stop of the day. We're taking you off our boat. All aboard. It's like in World of Warcraft when you get your mount. How much for your donkey?
1,000 Egyptian.
1,000 Egyptian. I was asking Hamdi why people use donkeys and not horses, and apparently donkeys are a lot cheaper than horses. They're the average working man's way of being able to pull heavy things. See you later. Wow. Where are we going right now, Hamdi?
We're going to the Camel Market.
Everybody is using camels and donkeys and horses. You see a lot of different carriages being used to transport people around here. We just got dropped off. First thing we see, how they prepare food in a very graphic manner. Ruby says she's now vegan.
I'm vegan, you guys.
We'll see how long that lasts. Oh my goodness, guys, I have found the cutest donkey in the world.
I think I'm gonna take this one home and call him Herbert.
Wow, guys, look at this. Little baby camel right there. And the reason that there's such useful animals out here is because they can go 14 days and 14 nights without food or water, which makes them unbelievably valuable here. I'm not gonna lie, guys, most people aren't going to be too thrilled to see this in person. People see them very much here as tools, and so there's a bit of a disconnect between seeing them as a being and just another way to get around, another means of transportation. And that's never easy to see in person, but I'm only here as an observant to show you guys a totally different side of the world. And now we're gonna go into the town to see a little bit more about that. The thing that always blows me away is just how tone deaf everyone becomes. Like the honking, people yelling in the streets, people turning on the radio at full blast. It just becomes the normal, so it doesn't impact people. But from an outsider's perspective, I come here and it's so loud and overwhelming. Musical experience, if you allow your mind to open up to that. We have come to the local Starbucks to get our caffeine fix. What did you get?
I got some traditional Egyptian black tea. Feels like we're back in Cairo again. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's been so quiet on the boat and it's back to pandemonium. This is the best coffee, yeah?
Welcome.
Thank you. Hey Max, let me know if you want some coffee with your sugar. Alright, thank you. So while we wait for our coffee to be made, we just came across the street to get some falafels. I have to say, I'm a little concerned eating street food because Saul has now been 4 days where he's been out of commission, so sick. But at least I saw this freshly made, and that's the big difference. You need to make sure it's fresh as can be, because if it's sitting, shit happens. Pun intended. I'll let go.
This is really good and fresh.
It's just like Turkish coffee. Very grainy, it's pretty good.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And here we are on our way to get our next bite. We're just about to go to this little beach here. We've arrived at one of the Nubian islands. Landhoy. This is our first tropical style stop. Wow, check this out right here. They have set us up a full lunch stop here. There's 2 dogs just hoping for some scraps. That one's passed out, looks like it had a big night. You guys are so good to us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, I have to say, my expectations for food didn't really happen. I was gonna be happy no matter what. But the food's actually been a big part of this. It's been really, really tasty. The chef is absolutely killing it with Egyptian foods, even bringing in some comfort foods. We got some delicious French fries right here. And after we're done, if we wait the full 45 minutes, we're gonna go for a swim. Can't go swimming before 45 minutes, otherwise, well, you know what happens.
Yeah, my mom told me that when I was young.
You actually seem like the kind of person that would wait 45 minutes.
I used to, I still do, sometimes.
Never.
Next, no.
4.5 minutes, maybe.
We missed you! My hero! How are you feeling? Out of 10?
7.
Nice. You gonna jump?
If Ruby did, I will.
Oh no, don't do that.
I'm not coming to the Nile River and not going for a swim. You can't do that. Let me give you all a little speech. When you're sitting on your deathbed, are you gonna think about all the days you were warm?
Yeah.
Are you gonna think about all those days you slept in?
Yep.
I might. But are you gonna think about the moment you skipped the Nile? Most
I skipped
definitely.
it last time I came.
Don't you dare.
And it hasn't been keeping me up at all.
What are your words of wisdom as you're on your deathbed right now?
Go.
Wow. That was profound. I don't want to be on my deathbed thinking about the time I didn't jump. I hate being cold. I ran away from Canada for a reason. I'm pretty sure in the Bible it talks about there being crocodiles in the Nile. Like, it's a miracle Moses survived. 3, 2, 1. Woo!
You did it! Oh my God!
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God! This carry is insane. I want to get out. It's cold and I'm scared of the crocodiles.
I'd help you, but I'm just vlogging.
I'm really scared now. Can you please hold me up? I'm not even kidding. I feel like they can feel my fear.
Well, guys, time to go find a towel. I gotta dry off.
I made it in without your help.
You guys see the final product, but behind the scenes, there are a lot of moving pieces to make my videos, from cameras, tripods, bags, and Peak Design has quickly become my favorite camera accessory company. This right here, the Peak Design travel tripod, it's just so well thought out. It is the best design of tripod I've ever had. I've had a few camera bags, and this one right here is my favorite by far. It's just a game changer. Now, if you want to learn more about the camera gear that I use behind the scenes, then check out the Lost Creator Academy, where I teach everything about photography, videography, filmmaking, and so much more. The best way to get started is the 1-hour free training down below. If you've ever dreamed of being a photographer, a videographer, or a content creator, then guys, check out that link down below. And yeah, it's time to get off of this boat. 5 days on the boat, 4 nights. You guys have made it so fantastic. Thank you so much. The food, the service, everybody on the boat has been so nice. Shukran.
Shukran.
See you next time, I hope.
Next time.
Thank you guys. One final disembarkment from the boat. I don't want to leave. This is Saul's first time seeing the boat.
What a beautiful boat.
Are you gonna miss the toilet?
No.
And welcome to Nubian Style living, a dome roof and incredibly colorful palettes all across, from the blue bed to the multicolored archways into the bathroom. This room has a lot of character. We are now in the south of Egypt. This is Aswan. Now if you take a look at Egypt's location on the map, it's actually a part of Africa. Most people don't realize that. I, for one, did not know this existed. After starting in Cairo, making our way down the Nile River, it really feels like we're in a totally new place. Just a reminder to hit the like button. Yeah. So this area is where all the Nubian homes are, and we're staying at Kato Dul. And now we're going to Aswan to catch a felucca, which is a traditional style Egyptian boat. Even though we're right on the Nile here, the water's a lot stronger in this area. So we're gonna get in the car and make our way all the way into Aswan.
I have photo.
Nice bike, man. Very cool. And here's our ride. So right now we're driving over the dam, and this is actually the start of where the Nubians used to live. Now it's underwater. One of the big controversies that happened all the way back in the 60s was the development of one of the dams, which is way down there, and it's what forced all of the Nubian people to have to move out from over there and find new places to live, like where we're currently staying in our hotel.
Adios.
That's your boat.
Yes.
Very nice. Our floating choir is off. Very well. We've hit terminal velocity. This is full speed. We're on a sailboat, so if the wind doesn't cooperate, you just you chill. That was sick. Is that Nubian?
It is Nubian.
Ooh, Nubian vibes. How do you say thank you in Nubian?
Ekka shakire. Ekka shakire.
Ekka shakire. So for the past couple of hours, we've just been hanging out with these guys, and they're proper Nubians. And the super interesting thing about the Nubian culture is that the language is only spoken, it is not written. They don't have an alphabet, and the only way you can learn it is by knowing other Nubians. From their history to their songs, everything has to be passed down through the word of mouth. There is no other way to communicate. It's absolutely mind-blowing. That right there is what it's like to cruise the Nile River. Definitely a dream getaway. I highly recommend it to anyone that's ever dreamed of seeing Egypt with their own eyes. This is such a unique destination, and to see it from the comfort of a floating living room, pretty tough to beat. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, hit that subscribe button because there's so much more to come, not only from this channel but also from Egypt, and hit that like button because it really does help me make more videos like this. Let's get lost again in the next one.